For the second out of the triple header Grand Prix schedule. Right now, it's the Bahrain Grand Prix 2025, and it is an exciting one based on the qualifying results so far. He's got serious competition. However, this is a track that was designed for passing. There's three very long DRS zones at this Grand Prix, and it's been known for being a race that if you qualified poorly, like Max or the Mercedes with Lewis and Nico had done in the past, you can pretty much win this Grand Prix with the better car. However, this would be McLaren's first victory at Bahrain since they first started coming here in 2004. Yeah, Y- No, yeah, this has been sort of a tumultuous place. They had to cancel in 2011, and then they also had to use this place as help during COVID when they couldn't go to a lot of countries. They made two races here. It was the Bahrain Grand Prix and then the Sakia Grand Prix, which was Sergio Perez's first race win. Yes, that was the issue. But in 2011 was the uprising in Bahrain that they were going to try and collapse the government. So one other thing that's going into this, so other than Norris, like you said before, having such a bad qualifying situation, Verstappen and Red Bull were talking to the FIA this morning to last night to this morning about what they could legally do to their brakes without having to start from pit lane. I haven't gotten confirmation or update what happened there. All I know is that they'll be starting from where Max qualified seventh. Absolutely. He, he he's in good contention. He has to essentially do the opposite of what Lawson did. As long as you're there and you're out qualifying the racing bulls and you're getting up, I mean, this is your second race there. As long as all that's happening, the position where Lawson's at is staying. The question I had was, would Lawson have gotten to this point now? Because it seems like he's doing better in the qualifying in the racing bulls than he was in the Red Bull itself. Hmm. Suzuka or what? The ones before. Oh, was it China? Was one of them in? Yep, yep, absolutely. Will be interesting to see. So Piastri qualified first. It's really gonna be, I think, a race of everyone behind Piastri. I think it'll be pretty much domination from beginning to end for him. And it will really be interesting because the rest of the field behind him is so mixed of the Ferraris, the Red Bulls, the Mercedes. I'll be interested to see how all those guys pan out in the final positions, especially for the podium too. And how far does Norris climb up in your opinion by the end of the race? Does he get all the way to second place? Right behind Russell, you think? Okay. I keep it on mute, but I watch it. Why? Yeah, that's fine. I put the subtitles on it sometimes. On yours? No, I'm not seeing anything here. My sound's working fine. Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. Here we got it. It's a circuit length 3.6 miles. It's going to be 57 laps. The stop strategy for today. So, this is a two-stopper race. The Red Bulls that dominated this race last year, Max, just walked away from the entire field. They did a soft, hard, soft. Although consistently most teams start out on the soft at the beginning, and then they switch to the hard and end with the medium. And then there's one other pit stop strategy where someone might put on a medium set and then do a one stopper with hards at the end. Mhm. Russell. Could be very interesting. Do you have a live feed right now on a television channel? Can you pause it for 2 seconds so we can just sync up correctly? Just do one Mississippi, two Mississippi, three Mississippi. All right. Yep, yep, yep. Matt, all right, we're exactly on the same feed. Okay, we're exactly on the same feed. All right, man, I'm excited. This is so much implications. Does Piastri become the favorite here? He's the title challenger. I think he's more consistent than Norris. Everyone said about Max when he was going against Lewis Hamilton in that 21 season, this and that. Max is the only person that could have beaten Lewis there. He was the most consistent. He never had an off race. I think Norris feels the pressure of this championship coming forward. He finally has the right car in his hands. The only problem is he has the tightest competition out of any other team matchup on the entire grid. It's interesting what you just said there. So we really haven't had a title fight between teammates since Lewis and Nico, which was 10 years ago, 2015, right? Oh no, yeah, exactly. So I mean, that's the last time you had it, really. But on top of that, that was really just a team fight. I still believe that Red Bull could possibly perform better throughout the season. Again, we're only at like the fourth race of the season, so there's so much more to go. We saw it last season when Max started dominating at the beginning, and if he didn't have that dominance, he wouldn't have won the championship in the end because McLaren came on so strong, and there was a period of time where he didn't win a race for 7 or 8 races. So it was a complete switch. That's possible. The only problem is that really was dominance just from Max. It seems like the McLaren as a whole is a better team than Red Bull was yesterday. Last year, it seemed like Max was the head guy. Um, at Red Bull, he was the dominant figure. Where here, it looks like McLaren's the dominant team right now. Psychological dig. No, and that's the problem. Yes, he does. He clearly did. They dismissed him. Yeah, I believe Christian Horner wanted to make the prove the thing that one person isn't the whole team, but I mean it was so important. Anyways, all right, the start of this race gonna be important. It's a decently long straight. You'll have in 2 laps. You'll have three major DRS zones. Coming through here safely would probably be the best bet for most drivers, especially with Norris and Max, who have a car that can move up the field. But this will be an exciting start to see what happens. He is starting eighth, I believe. He qualified very well. All right. I th- no eighth, I believe. Yep. All right, and Oliver Behrman going the back 20th, right behind Lance Stroll, the uh, the forever driver. All right, you can take it ahead here. All right. Yep. And Mercedes, go ahead. Oh my God, he got it. Yep. A- an amazing start for Lando Norris. Max looks like he lost a position. A horrible start for Max. I think losing a position. Shinoda. Yep. Yep. Two Racing Bulls. So yeah, Max losing a position. Signs moving up two positions. Yep. Sparks flying on the straight here. And the two kick Saubers in the back. Having a terrible weekend here. Hulkenberg deserving. It was admitted to by the stewards that they had got it wrong. He should have been able to get out of Q1. Yes, and this it looks like the tires. The Ferraris went with a medium start for the tires. So did Alonso, Lawson, and Bortolello. But go ahead. So for the softs, anywhere from 10 to 16 laps will be the pit window. For the mediums, anywhere from 20 to 28 laps for their pit window. And yeah, the entire grid pretty grouped up well. Nobody's really walking away from anyone. Leader 1.4 seconds to Russell. It's sort of going to be a DRS train when they allow it to go ahead, and there should be a lot of passing happening soon. Yep, I believe it was China before here, and what was Suzuka? Yeah, fourth. Yep. Interesting news. Did you see that above? Norris out of position on the starting grid. Was that why he got such a high jump? They're investigating it right now. That's what they're saying. It's under investigation because it's crazy. He's up to third position from sixth, right? Yeah. The degradation here is always insane. People end up pitting way before the pit window strategies I just spoke of before. It all depends, and it will determine a lot of people's fate in their positions here, depending on how long they can go on each set of tires. I know. I've seen that. I know exactly who you're talking. I know exactly who you're talking about. She was put in there for a reason. I think we both know. All right. Is that Max on the side of? Is that Max? That's Verstappen around signs. Yeah, but Max put his foot down, went through it. All is good. Yeah, well, never. You've never done that either. So let's let it be. Yeah. Yeah. Look, he's ahead of the line. That's gonna be. That's clear and cut. I just saw that. He's way ahead of that yellow line there. You see that? Oh my God. That. Go ahead. Max says it. Lando is over his grid box before the race starts. You see that communication? Yep. That'll be. That's a nice view. All right, we have our first comment from Yuki Tui. I think Yuki Tuyy. Yuki Tui. What will the penalty be for Norris? I'm not quite sure. Do you know what the penalty is? Is it 5 seconds? Is it? It will it be? But will it be added in the pit lane or will it be? Yeah, I mean it will have to be, right? Yeah. Okay. You think it'll be as? I mean, little as 5 seconds? I don't think so. They usually do more than that. It'll be like 10 seconds. Well, they can't ask him to give back any position now. That they can't do that shit. So they'll he'll serve it in the pit. He'll have to unless they would. If he didn't do that, they would add it at the end of the race. But yeah, that that will hurt him for sure. It'll be anywhere between 5 and 10. We'll see. It won't be any more than that. Look, I see a yellow penalty marker next to Norris's name. But what will that be? Let me check on the Twitters. I'm gonna check Chris Medlin on Twitter if we can get an update from him before anything. Penalty. Chris Medlin tweet from 25 seconds ago. 5 second time penalty for Norris. I got that before the feed even told me that. Oh no, it just came over. Just came over the yeah. Well, you're right. I figured I didn't think it was going to be 10, but 5 seconds added in the pit stop. That'll be significant. He's leading. Yes. And will it? Go ahead. So they better be doing a 2 second pit stop then. Because if this is fumbled by a second and a half or more, this is going to be very bad for his race. Yep. And you see Max looking over twice. Yeah. And Norris is hunting down Russell half a second behind him. And Piastri now 3 seconds clear of second place. And Gasly maintaining fifth position in the Alpine. Yeah, I have him not in my top 8 at all. Sainz holding 8th, which is what he qualified with. Hamilton 2/10 behind Sainz, should be able to clear him soon. These brakes are so... Whoa! Yep. Whoa! Ooh, I don't know. And then the Red Bull right behind both. He's right on both of their asses. They all three got, two of them got DRS going down. Yeah. Whoa. Way better. And then the Alpine right behind him as well, Duhan, for a points paying position in 10th. I see that. I said 10. That's the first pit window. 10 to anywhere from 10 to 16. No, that's not. That's Gasly. That's Gasly. But he doesn't finish it. Doohan in pits. I don't know why he would pit right away. He was doing so well on the track. Yep. That kid's been impressive, man. I know you weren't great on him going, but I think he's doing very damn well for as young as he is at a top team like that.
I think he will because they got a very strong working relationship, and they really have a great driver pairing. Those two, George Russell and Jamie Allison. Um, Antonelli's quick, and he can learn stuff from George, and those two could get into a position again.
Norris, box, box.
All right, Norris in the pit.
He wants to. Let me see the 5 seconds. Go into the pits. I don't see. All right. 5 seconds. All right. One.
That guy had that.
Oh, and a Red Bull. Is that Max right after him or Sonoda? That's Max.
Yeah, Max is in. Let's see these pit stops.
Something's wrong with the pit stop. Red Bull took way too long. 4.7 second pit stop. Fucking A. That they cost him so much time.
Did that cost him where Gasly got ahead
I
of
think so.
ahead of him?
Possibly.
But here he is coming out in front of Doohan.
That was a bad pit stop.
17th. Came out in 17th. The Gasly came out in 15th, and Norris came out in 14th. Gasly's going to have to pit. Russell's going to have to pit. Then Leclerc will move into the lead and run what? How long were we talking about with the mediums?
Anywhere from 20 to 28 laps. But the thing is, it all depends. I mean, these guys on mediums could be having terrible degradation right now.
Mm, he was having more problems with the brake. Here we go. They're re-showing pit stop. Why the problem?
They put the
Somebody in the rear.
no. They Does he have two different tires? No.
No, if he did, they did huge penalty for two different tires.
They look. One looked yellow. And one looked white. Yeah. Okay. Hard tires.
The left rear, they weren't certain.
Yeah, he won't be happy about that.
I wish. Oh, Hamilton again get showing replays here. That was good pass on Sainz. But I thought Tsunoda's pass on Sainz was even better. Tsunoda just pitted. His stop was 4.2 seconds.
Again, two bad pit stops back to back.
Red Bull not is known for very good pit stops. What is the issue?
And the pit window is pretty. It's around 24 seconds is the average at this circuit.
I mean, if they had a problem with that left rear air gun, they should change the damn thing up. Tsunoda comes out in 19th. Max is in 16th.
Yeah, and he's behind. He's not behind. Okay, so he is. He got in front of Du. Was that Gasly ahead of him or Doohan ahead of him? No, that was Gasly. So Gasly's gotten past Ocon. Verstappen's now behind Ocon. He's got to clear that and get up to Gasly. Alpine looking to score a lot of points at this race.
Yeah, if Doohan could get a point, that would be great for his prospects for staying in the car.
Absolutely.
I think everybody thinks that Flavio Briatore went as soon as they go to minimum 6 races, they're going to flop Colapinto in. Here comes Antonelli into the pit. Let's see what kind of pits Mercedes is doing. All right, bing bang boom, putting on a set of mediums. 2.5 seconds. Big difference, huh?
Much.
Stroll's pitting. How long is his pit stop?
And Antonelli will come out right behind Verstappen, who's right behind Ocon.
He's right behind pit stop. Yeah.
So Verstappen comes out ahead of Antonelli, which he wasn't ahead of going into the pits. Interesting.
Yeah. We'll let it all shuffle out. Here comes Tsunoda. Is this the same?
They put different tires on him. Yellow was flashing, man. Is there something? I don't think it was an issue in the back. Is it something with their lights in the front? That's the issue. All right, Max stocking down Ocon right now. Piastri's staying out there. The tire's going to start wearing a lot more. I think this was the right move to pit earlier. And where will he wash out with all this? We'll see how his pit stop. Good pit stop. Good pit stop. 2.2. All right, so Russell coming out now. Yep. He'll be ahead of Norris. And what did Norris just clear? One of the Racing Bulls? Lawson. He just cleared on the straight. And now Russell putting more between him. He just got past uh, Alonso. Man, there's a lot of strategy going in. We're 1/4 of the race in, only 14 laps in. Or lock up by the Red Bull Max. Box. That's what I figured. It was going to be sooner rather than later. They don't want to get caught up. Now, we haven't had a car retirement last Grand Prix, and we haven't had a car retirement so far. And here, Piastri coming in. Go ahead. That was quick. Leclerc. New race leader, Leclerc. And he'll come out ahead of Albon. I don't know. Even with that 5-second penalty, Norris now going to be right up on Russell. Doing well. Yeah. Max still unable to clear the Haas for a couple laps now. The only problem, he's got a much quicker Mercedes right behind him, too. But he will not make it easy for that kid. Russell clearing the Albon now. And what does Ferrari do here now? So they're leading the race. What they started on mediums. They were one of the 6 drivers. 2 of them were the Ferrari drivers. Their pit window is a little bit longer. It'll be interesting to see where they pan out from this whole situation. But he's gonna. They're both gonna end on soft, probably. Try and catch up more on the end. Yeah, he's never usually confident whatever Ferrari tells him, and there's always a back and forth there. So, 2 different opinions. But they're saying there's no relationship between him and Hamilton at Ferrari right now. They both of the camps don't talk to each other at all. Alba. Go ahead.
Lady go to church today?
Oh, she went to the mall.
Oh, look at that. Good walk. Just sent a video. Never mind. All right. 9.9 seconds behind Leclerc and
Yeah.
Hamilton.
And you know what's Peter Windsor's making a good observation of this. Like Hamilton, he was coming to this team that he thought maybe could fight for a championship. There's a legacy, there's an ambassadorship to it, and everything. But he's showing up at a team, and Leclerc is out qualifying him and finishing ahead of him in the races, and he's kind of the number two driver right now at Ferrari.
And it was almost like he was saying, his car is better than mine. That is Hamilton saying Leclerc's got a better car. Well, Leclerc's been there how many years?
Yep.
5 years already? He settled in. That team was really going around him because it certainly wasn't being built around time. I mean, Leclerc was the golden, child to come in or whatever. And I don't think that's going to stop. He's got a solid group of guys on his side of the garage, and Lewis did find it hard to adapt to the car. Probably quite different than the Mercedes he was used to. Hey, but at the end of the day, it's Lewis Hamilton. He's no schmuck or whatever. I mean, he won that sprint race um, with them. He just needs a little time to adjust, especially with a new race mechanic or your engineer, your team guy. Uh, him and Bono were together so long. It's that relationship you have with your race engineer that's so very important. Who's pitting? Leclerc's in
Yep.
after 18 laps on the medium, and they're putting another medium on. So they're going to have to stop for soft. They go medium, medium, soft, and they're
Double
stacking
stack.
Hamilton onto another set of mediums.
Mm-hmm.
So the same so one can't whine that they didn't, have some strategy.
And where will they pan out?
Let's see, Hamilton. Let's see. Leclerc came out in fifth. Hamilton came out in 11th.
Not the best strategy. Verstappen now getting, or no, they were always behind him, right? No, Leclerc was started second, so that's yeah, fifth. Hamilton 11th. Mate, I just got no.
No, oh, no, first second. Those hard.
He just can't clear Ocon, can he?
They went soft to hard. I don't think. I don't think Red Bull's doing a good. Ooh, I don't think they're doing good strategy
No,
at Red Bull or at Toro Rosso.
no, no. This was not the time to put him at hards in the middle of a race like this, where he should be moving up positions.
But the thing is, okay, so they made bad choices, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of racing.
Well, that's the thing. Maybe they have to put him on this hard so that he can finish on a different tire compound.
He sees how the hard plays out, and he's like, nah, let's go back to the medium stuff.
But he really hasn't been
Uh,
able to move up at all.
but it was only, what, 18 laps on a medium? 16? 15?
It's not
So,
much. Seems like the other teams are holding on to the hards for the end of the race. They'll put them on.
I wonder if Hamilton's going to have another issue with ride height, because his car is the only one that's sparking the shit out of him. He's all over the track.
Because pretty much everyone's almost pitted, right? And we're at lap 19, so these tires are not holding up. The medium window is supposed to go all the way to 28.
Yeah, it's the track, how abrasive this track is.
So it looks like the other teams are going to put a hards on at around probably a little over lap 30, and then I don't know what Red Bull is going to do. They're going to stay out a while longer on it, and then switch to mediums or softs right at the end. Try and catch people that way.
I don't know how Hamilton gets that. Man, he really. McLaren's running for Hamilton's car. Man. I want to do a shout out to the Long Beach Grand Prix. 50 years, 50-year anniversary today.
Mm-hmm.
First race was a Formula 5000 race won by Brian Redmond. And they competed in Formula One from there on after that inaugural race until 1983. And then it came IndyCar. And just this past year, the Penske Entertainment purchased the rights to the Long Beach Grand Prix, which was a smart move because NASCAR was trying to purchase the rights to it. So, a wonderful event. Been to it several times. Actually lived on part of the track of what was the Formula One track, Linden Avenue. And if you ever get a chance, people, that is was like Monaco of the United States when they held that Formula One race there. And it's the second most prestigious IndyCar race to win on the schedule. Only to second only to the IndyCar Series. Really should have been out there this weekend for that. But that's my little shout out to the boys at IndyCar. The Porsche Penske finished 1-2 in the IMSA race yesterday at Long Beach, and that was a good event too. So you got to get out there if you can. So back to the race.
And Antonelli is cleared for Verstappen. Now Verstappen being hunted down by an Alpine from doing. Red Bull got this wrong. He's falling back way too much.
Yeah, and Antonelli keeps pulling away another 2 tenths.
Well, yeah, he held him up for so long. I think Antonelli can go get all the way up to Leclerc probably.
Everything is overheating. Says Max. Does that mean the tires or the car?
Um,
He's overheating because he's getting mad at him for doing the wrong spot.
yeah,
Doing running ninth on medium.
this will not.
Verstappen's the only one in the top 10 on hard.
And this will not fare well for the championship for Red Bull and Max because the McLarens are going to finish maybe 1-2, 1-3 here. That'll be a significant step up from him. And go ahead.
They put Tsunoda's out on the medium.
Yeah, it seems like that was the smarter move. I was listening to Peter Windsor and he was talking about Max winning at Suzuka is the sign that he's a great driver because you can do those at those circuits, but so many of the circuits now have been designed in the last, 15 to 20 years, and they're not designed to extensively show the massive talents of a driver. They're more of these wide open DRS zone type situations, which will just help McLaren. And he said that's a majority of the tracks right now. So it really,
Designed like Silken.
yep, yep.
That's an issue. If the same guys just flopping the same shit down.
And every different country, and they're all more or less derivative of each other. Nothing's really original at all.
Yeah, I mean, Zandvoort already was there. So that's like the kingdom. But all this other stuff, none of none of this stuff is a natural circuit.
No.
Like things like that.
So it just seems like this is McLaren's season. I can't see the Red Bull like Newey's not there anymore. They thought they were bigger than him. It's going to be a championship fight between these two guys, and I wasn't sure of that going into this, but this just is domination. And there's so many tracks like Bahrain that'll be coming up over time on the grid on the schedule this year.
Yeah, what's our next one?
Saudi though next week, and that's a street circuit, so that'll be a little different, but That one's kind of hard to pass at, but there are certain parts of it you can pass at that's been entertaining.
Yeah, so he's good at street tricks. I mean, he's always talking about Checo's and
He was always great at street circuits. That was his thing.
so we got Piastri leading Russell, Norris third, Leclerc fourth, Gasly fifth, Ocon sixth, Antonelli seventh, Hamilton eighth, Verstappen ninth on the hard, and Doohan on the medium is running 10th.
And a cathartic experience for Hamilton, moving past Verstappen in the Ferrari. He must have cleared Doohan. He's now up to eighth position, right behind Antonelli. Verstappen in nowhere lands. No, he's right.
Just ridiculous. Verstappen saying, I guess the brakes are overheating too.
Wonder what it'd be like if he had some mediums on right now. I really think it's just the wrong move.
Maybe they're just saying, listen, you got to suck it up until the next pit stop. They put you on mediums. Or,
Just hold your ground.
yeah,
Norris creeping up on Russell. Russell had a 3-second lead when Norris came out. He's down to 1.3, but Piastri 5 seconds clear of Russell. Not halfway into the Grand Prix just yet.
but in 9 laps into the race, you actually had 9 seconds on Russell. And now over 22 laps in, he was 10. So, and then, like you said, Norris is right up Russell's tight at 1.1 seconds. And Leclerc right on top of Norris. So there's movement up at the front. This can be some very third and fourth place.
Oh yeah, you're right. Leclerc closing in on Norris now. Holy, okay.
He's put, he's kind of like somewhat running under the radar. He doesn't like what the car's doing, but he's getting on with it. There he goes. He made the move.
Oh,
Oh, he did the over under. Norris got him back.
aren't you surprised by this? The pace, though, to be able to get past Norris. I mean, I know he had a 5 second penalty, but he's right on him. They're both on the same compound tire.
Now let's see if Leclerc can stick with him and then get him again on the DRS.
He was a little too, yeah, he was a little too eager there. Didn't do it totally correct.
No, he did not. No, he did not. But then now he's got the DRS and they're coming up on Russell.
What is, what is,
All four in the same picture.
what is this? Piastri's third season?
Yeah.
He's looking like a championship contender right now. He's looking like he might win this championship. That he can at least fight for it.
Leclerc went wide and
Yeah.
I said, oh, no problem, mate. I'll take it back. Here we go. That's the replay. Little over enthusiastic. Didn't have the turn in to take the turn.
No.
Went wide.
He went too late.
Yeah, went wide. He was a little carried too much speed in. Couldn't hold the turn. What's he on?
Hello?
Medium too.
No. Can I
Okay,
call you back?
go again.
Yeah, sure. Later. Bye bye.
Okay.
Soon. Bye bye.
Nope. Look at Lewis on
Sorry.
Ollie. Lewis
Yep. Nice.
Leclerc.
Whoa! He went side by side on him there. He is still. They're still side by side. No.
They got to show that perspective. He got him.
Oh, nice.
They showed it from the car perspective.
All right, we got a fucking race here, guys. We got a race here.
Disputed.
We got a race here, guys.
Absolutely. But do we have anybody that can challenge?
Uh, I don't know, but I like at least there being battles between second to 10 here. This is interesting.
Lewis Hamilton, fastest lap, but he's 19.8 seconds.
You know what?
Short.
You know what you want to say about Max, but okay, he's held Doohan off now. He's got a gap to Doohan. All right, here's the pass by Hamilton on Antonelli. He's got some gap to do, and he's only a second behind Antonelli. I think Max has to hold his ground here, get to that pit stop, get some better tires on while everybody else goes to hards, and maybe he can move up, maybe to top five position by the end of the race. We'll have to see.
Let's shuffle this next pit stop.
Yeah, we got 30. We got more than 30 laps to go.
Yeah, we're not even halfway point yet.
hmm
20 lap 26, 57.
Hamilton up on Ocon here on the straight.
Oh yeah, he beat him up, no
He
problem.
did it, no problem.
Yep. Louis Louis making some moves. Up to six.
At racing Ferrari red looks good under those lights right now. It's just too many advertisements on it. It's too
Yeah,
scatterbrained.
yeah. There's too many advertisements on Ferrari. Oh yeah.
Too scatterbrained.
They're all cashing in with Lewis. Look at all those flashes. Oh my god. Doing running. Look at the differences between the cars. I mean, except for the ones up front. Second, third, and fourth are some close competition. And Hamilton moved up. So they're listing the distance, the time between the leader and that particular driver.
Russell, Leclerc, Norris. Gasly, man, fifth place still after all that.
That that is pretty good. But he's 7 seconds behind Norris.
And has Ocon pitted? I mean, he started 20th position. That's why he's up to 7th, right? He
Yeah,
hasn't pitted. He could not have because go ahead.
he would have had to go medium because he started on medium.
They said 20 Max Verstappen in the pits. Max Verstappen in the pits.
Yep, get those mediums on. And don't mess up that left rear.
They did. They fucked up.
Screwed up again.
This has been this has been a terrible fucking race for Red Bull. Mistake after mistake after mistake. What a joke. What a fucking joke. And he comes out in dead last. Jesus Christ.
I think
They should have held ground there. Why did they pit him?
activate one of the clauses in his contract. Consistency.
Why did they not? I was just saying to you, he's holding his ground. He's right behind Antonelli. Now he's in fucking last place.
Norris, what's he saying? Norris, talking.
Stupid, stupid.
Here's some. I think he can get Leclerc.
Leclerc's getting close to Russell. He's putting time on Norris.
I know.
He's almost 2 seconds clear of Norris.
Those three. That's where the racing is.
A sh- sh-
Oh, let's see. Moved up on Bortoledo. There we go.
stupid move. They should have held their ground, gone a couple more laps. This is teams around.
Off the brakes. Oh, there's Antonelli. No. Yes, it is. Antonelli in the pit. On to soft.
Softs.
2.8.
Which means this is going to be a three stopper. This race historically has been a two stopper. These people are pitting way too early for it to be only two stops. This will be a three stop race.
Just at the halfway point.
Yeah. Cars must be a little different than last year. Must be taking tire wear a little bit different because this was a two stopper last year.
And you still got 29 laps to go.
Yep.
And Hamilton's fastest lap on the medium so far. what is the problem with it? What right front? No, I think it's their lighting system again.
The fact that they didn't fix that.
Look at here, it's still flashing. It didn't give them the green. It said overhead light.
They didn't fix that from the last two pit stops?
Yep, see, it's flashing yellow, mate.
But they knew this for how long?
But that front right took forever.
You know what you do in that situation? You pit him, make sure no one's behind him so you don't get an infringement of unsafe release, and you tell him over the radio, we're going to do this by hand if the light's not working.
Well, they used to have what they call a lollipop plan.
Well, why not say, hey, the lights aren't working. If you if you just see my rapid hand movement, that means you can go.
3.1 for doing.
I'm going to show you a rock. I'm going to show you a paper, scissors, whatever. Because that cost him another 3 seconds. Again.
At least two. Because that right front was late in getting on too.
This is
They used to
bullshit.
have the lollipop man with the pole with the round thing on the end.
He's up to 14th, but it's mainly because of pit stops, but we'll have to see. I don't know. He's going to
Now we
screw up
got
my
to get
pick 8.
Ocon, Alonso, all these guys again.
Shinoda up into 6th position, though. Right behind him. Yep. Why is my right red light on? I can't turn it off. Stand by. We're investigating on Norris. I'm not quite sure what that's referring to. If he had a DNF, that would be pretty awful for him.
Yeah, we don't want to see that. We want to see him beat fair and square.
What you said is right, though, at the beginning of this stream, that this is McLaren's home Grand Prix, more or less, right now.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
They're 100% owned by but I forget how to pronounce that correctly, but the racing is owned by Bahrain, and then they sold off the car division to the what, guys in Dubai.
Is this the reemergence here of Ferrari? Because they did have that double disqualification that they if they hadn't had they did perform pretty well. It seems like, and again another, what is it? They didn't perform well in Japan, but as soon as it's again a Herman Tilke designed track, it seems like they're better there with a lot of DRS zones and passing and stuff.
Yeah. Well, it was a McLaren week for me, as you know. Loaded up 5 McLarens to ship out. Oh, somebody! Oh,
This is Max.
who's pulling that on Tsunoda? Was that?
No, that's Max and Signs, I think. Or is it?
Whoa!
Whoa!
Wasn't that Tsunoda?
I I gotta get.
Whoa! What? He's carbon fiber everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody said,
Isn't that Max with the white helmet? No, or do they have the same helmet?
huh?
That's got to be Sonoda. He's behind Signs. Yeah.
Boy, don't need carbon fiber bits on it, but this one you're gonna get cut tire flat, and then your race is screwed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't believe I used to. When I went to Formula One races, the first one, they never even bidded. Not for fuel, not for tires.
There might be a flag coming up. You see that debris on the track?
Yeah, it could be a.
It's gonna cut someone's tire up. That's right in the middle of the track.
Don't they show the blue with the yellow stripes for that?
Uh, we'll have to see.
was getting a little elbowy with the Sonoda there, but not the sharp elbows.
It's really been Piastri's race this whole time. No one's even come up to challenge him at all.
The real race has been second, third, and fourth, and Lewis made it up to fifth. That's surprising. It means he's coming in, well, not surprising, but means he's coming better grip with the car. And he's following the same strategy when it comes to tires. So Ferrari are making different decisions about their cars in terms of that because they got two top tier drivers. You got to give them the same, unless Lewis sometimes calls his own, makes his own calls. Who was that? Alpine.
Alpine on Haas locks it up, but maintains that position. That's Doohan. No, it's not Doohan. It's Gasly on Behrman.
German running 10th. Yeah, Verstappen set the fastest lap on the mediums now, which is why he should have had mediums before.
Yeah.
Now,
Safety car. Safety car. This will be great for Piastri to pit. Safety car. This'll jumble it up. I thought it was because of the debris. Unless there's some accident I don't know about. I think it's debris. This will be helpful for what? Piastri.
it'll help Max. Look at all those cars in front of him. You're right. There's Piastri. You still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Sorry, I heard some weird.
All right, this will change. This will change a lot of shit up. Piastri, great pits.
But will Max?
Max might. I don't know.
He had pitted at what lap 28? He's only got 5 laps on the damn tires, and track position is more important for him.
Yeah, but will he be able to pat? How far away was he from these people? The gap might be meaningless.
It might be.
It looks like it is. Looks like it's goddamn meaningless.
It does. It's meaningless.
So now all the top 5 drivers just pitted for fresh tires,
Max coming in too.
or is that Sonoda? I believe that's Sonoda.
Dunoda's coming in, which is good because he had okay. Look at Tsunoda gets a 2.4 second pit stop out.
Incredible. Well, Verstappen will. Verstappen moves up.
They stacked Albon behind Sainz. He got 2.6.
Verstappen now up to 8th, and he's got fresh tires. Yeah, not too.
But look at the pit stop. Yuki got 2.4. Both of the Williams got 2.6. Rossi got 2.3.
Well, now this will bunch everybody up, and will Russell be able to do anything with Piastri here? And Norris will be right behind Leclerc. Hamilton will be right behind Norris. Maybe he needed that because he couldn't bridge that 8-second gap. Could Hamilton go get Norris here too?
Behind Norris before the pit stop.
Yeah, but it was a huge gap, wasn't it? It was like 9 seconds. Yeah.
Doing is the 9th. Sainz 10th.
And now
Tsunoda 11th.
Piastri will have to race against Russell on fresh tires now. We'll have to see. I think there's some crazy. There's a lot of opportunity. Yep. Sonoda there doing his.
Tsunoda. Was that when did that was the
He's doing stuff of old now again.
Lawson? Oh, Lawson hit Stroll with his right front wing hit his left rear tire.
All right, this will be interesting. The debris. Yeah, I know.
What is this, like a NASCAR yellow or
Well, I call. Well, let's look at the tire setup. Piastri medium, Russell soft, Leclerc hard, Norris medium, and Hamilton hard. So the two Ferraris have a slower compound tire than Norris, and this has got to be.
there might be another stop?
There could be another stop,
2 laps to go.
and Russell's 4 laps on those softs already. He'll have to pit again.
Well, honestly, the guys who are in front of them are on hard. Those cars aren't going to help those guys out. I don't think. I'm thinking he can get up to the pit and stop them.
It's like Russell just said. 24 more laps on softs. That's pretty audacious. Yeah, that's stupid. They that was a stupid move. This is medium territory. You got a safety car going around for a couple laps. You extend the mediums a little bit farther than they should instead of having to pit again. I guess the Ferraris are looking at it like this will be good over time, but I don't know. I think the mediums, if you're in a fast car like a Piastri and Norris, the mediums can hold up a couple more laps and you'll be fine.
So the top three cars are all on different compounds.
Yes, correct.
Me, Piastri medium, Russell soft, Leclerc hard.
Yep, and Max is behind 3 cars with hard tires on. Those hards have just been so slow, though, haven't they, on the track?
The hard, and Leclerc went to oh, Leclerc's hard too. Yeah, cars are up. Russell's already worried about the soft one. Just like up the track.
The meat.
Well, Max doesn't think it's a good tire. So Norris is like, you're trying to play games with my mind that you're gonna get past him because he's gonna have problems. This is their way of motivating him.
But you know what? You got the fast. You got the two fast drivers in the best team right now, both on the right compound. With the medium can go this far. It can get this far. I mean, I don't know. So go ahead. Go ahead. It's,
You're right. You're absolutely right. The best car is on the best compound,
yep.
and they're in first and fourth place. And the other driver who is can do that
On a
is
soft.
also is Verstappen in eighth place. So in the top 10, those three are on medium. And it's like you said, that is the tire to have for this section of the race. You have 22 laps left.
Well, how many goddamn laps are they going to do? All you had to do is clear the debris. How many laps have they been doing?
They're getting too much like NASCAR. This
Safety car ending.
somebody with a leaf blower could have done that in 30 seconds.
It should have not take over a minute to clear that stuff.
That's what I'm saying. As soon as you throw the safety car, everybody dives to the pit. That's going to clear that part of the track for a while. Get the guy out there with the leaf blower, get the thing off the track, restart, and go.
Taking way too long. This should have been racing 2 laps ago.
It still feels ridiculous how long this took.
Well, all it does is serve more of the McLarens here with those mediums. They're not being degraded as much. Could be some sort of corrupt level of corruption here.
Russell on those softs could make a move if they want now.
We'll see how Piastri restarts as the first driver. We'll have to see. And they're going.
There we go. And we're green. Whoa, look at the second, third, and fourth. Look at all the. Oh,
Did that other Ferrari get ahead of Norris? I think he cut across him and got ahead of him. No.
yep.
Yep, I called it. Norris.
Battling back.
Yeah, I know he's battling the back, but
Lewis is pushing them. Lewis is pushing. He ran him off. He ran wide. Went on the outside, went wide. the Ferrari sandwich.
And the mediums, he's on mediums. He's on the best situation here. But Hamilton's right. He did pass him off track.
Williams
And they were and they just fucked up. They go to a replay after that.
I know. Now, do you have DRS on this
No,
second
no,
lap?
no.
After what, 2 laps?
2 laps. But Hamilton's right. Norris completely left the circuit to pass him, didn't he? Look, we'll see here on the replay.
Uh, 2 wheels off.
That fourth one's border. Those two others are bordering it. And he's right. And again, he's right on Leclerc, who's on a hard compound tire. The Ferrari should have gone on to mediums here.
Give back the position.
Whoa.
Tell him to give back the position.
Oh, and that's going to fuck everything up for him.
Otherwise, you get a 5 second
Second
penalty.
penalty. Oh man, that's gonna hurt his time here. Having to give that back.
He picked his spot for it, though.
They must have seen something that it was definitive. And they don't let you do it on straights anymore because Max was doing that in 21 where, all right, I'll give it back on the straight while I have DRS behind the guy. And there's a loophole. George 1.2 behind. Yep.
Carlos Sainz running into Antonelli pushed him off way up there. Lost a ton of time. And how many spots? Probably lost 2 positions. All right, so Norris is well, Pontiac so far back. Here goes
Yep.
Norris
Sh-
trying to put straight. Lewis defense.
What's with Russell? Did he pit? Is something wrong with Russell's car? He's going down the grid. Dad, something's wrong with Russell's car. It's either off or something happened. They're putting. I see him down in 20th position right now. I see him down in 20th position. Leclerc up into second. Something's wrong. He's not in the pits either. Where? When are they going to show this? They've moved Leclerc up into. Is this a glitch? Maybe it didn't happen. Because I saw this glitch happen during the pits. They said Russell went all the way down. I think this might be with the tracking right now. Something's wrong with the tracking. Do you see this that Russell's down? You see the tracking though, yeah?
That was weird. No wonder they didn't say anything because there was nothing to say.
I noticed that before while they were pitting, they put him down in like ninth, but whatever. Hamilton again, but that cost him some time, yeah, from fighting for Leclerc. I know, yeah.
That is the quote of the race.
and and that's what everyone learned. That's why would you put those guys on? They had a chance for fighting for podiums here. And it's you notice with Max, the hard doesn't come back to you later while the other tires are degrading. It doesn't do anything. It's not some genius plan where oh they'll be on mediums, but the hards will last. This none of that's happening. Whoa!
Tsunoda got past him, and or was he just defending in the jump
I
off?
think so. Just a
From
fin.
Albon. Whoa! God, he barely defending from Albon. Whoa! And
Antonelli
that allowed Antonelli to
get through.
pass Albon.
All right, lap 39:57.
You still got 18 laps to go here, and if you're on a hard tire, 18 laps. And while it'll last, it isn't going to give you the grip you need. Man,
Comment Terry Berry. Go 1 second. Comment Terry Berry. Reason for safety car? Question mark. It was just a little bit of debris. There was no accident. Nothing happened.
it was the carbon fiber from the
Oh
altercation
yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
and
Yeah, so there was contact between Signs and Sonoda. There was a little bit of debris. It was in the middle of the track. They took forever to do the safety car, too many laps. But again, the top five were able to pit, have fresh tires. But again, McLaren on the best compound, best team, best pit stops. Everything they've been is pretty much almost flawless this weekend, other than Norris making a couple mistakes here and there.
yeah, Norris, like we said, did a second and a half on Russell previous lap. So I got to see the differentials here because he's at like 3 seconds now. Now they're showing some a lot of the back markers.
The Saubers, you haven't seen them all race.
There's Antonelli getting underneath. Where's he running now? He hasn't had the best race. He's up there in the early part, very strong. Jack Doohan's running.
7th.
No, that's his number. Where is he?
Oh.
Top 10.
He's had a Sonoda, isn't he? Or is that Verstappen?
They're not providing
The grid, I know. It's been a weird.
had messed up before because of that one with the Russell. Ever since they had enlisted 20th, they
Yeah.
haven't listed. So it's Piastri leading Russell, Leclerc, Norris, Hamilton, Gasly 6, Verstappen 7, Ocon 8, Doohan 9, Tsunoda 10. Okay. I was reading the pylon and on the front straight to get the running order because they still haven't provided the intervals that are give you a critical look at potential.
So Leclerc is still maintaining his position over. Uh,
Okay, so Lawson Stroll incident being
it's noted.
checked.
They're not showing really any updates. Yeah, so I believe Leclerc then is still ahead of Norris.
Who's getting the penalty? Lawson?
I'm not sure.
Hamilton. What is it? Car won't turn. Hamilton telling them. Says damn hard tires. This tire sucks. That's a good one.
It's been the worst tire all race.
16 laps to go. We're on lap. Here we go. Let's see. Piastri leading Russell by 1.8. Leclerc. Hamilton. Gasly. They're stopping in 7th.
So Norris not really able to do much with the tire that he just seems slower than Piastri. He's on the same tire as him, and he's back, and he's can't get to the Mercedes or the Ferrari right now.
Ooh, he's rocking up there. One of the
Oh, one of the Haas's, yep.
Behrman.
Time penalty for Lawson, causing 5 second for causing a collision.
Yep. That's what I thought.
I thought I might never see the day that they ever gave Yuki a chance to get into Red Bull, but a lot of mistakes had to happen in front of him for him to get there.
It made sense. I mean, been in the car for 4 years.
Yeah.
It's a junior program designed to bring drivers up to the big the big team. Oh, there we go. Boston running into.
A culmination, really, of all his efforts.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so
Yep.
the reason he's there.
I'd like to see him get possibly a podium. It's hard with the way the Red Bull is by the end of the season, but it would be nice to see.
Oh, I know why it didn't sound. Computer came on.
So Russell 1.9 to Piastri. Verstappen up in seventh position behind Gasly of all people. Still Gasly only losing one position from his starting. This will be detrimental to my pick 8.
And if both Alpines, yeah, I mean, looks like both Alpines looking to score. But like I said, there's still a lot of race left. A fourth of the race is still left to go.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like Max can move up much. I don't think Gasly can really move up on it. I feel like these people are kind of in their positions right now, and I don't know where they can go from here. It's more back towards the field from 8th to 12th that most of the fighting is going to be happening now.
Yeah, we had a good, strong run there of second, third, and fourth challenges. Um, I don't know if that's going to continue.
This will be 2 races in a row without a retirement from the race if everybody finishes here. It's pretty odd by Formula One standards.
Yeah, you don't have engines blowing up anymore. That's the thing.
No. Failure, some situation has not happened.
They like ripping up the wings every now and then, end plates, but there we go. Norris is close to Leclerc on that front straight. I think he's going to get Leclerc. I don't think he can defend against those on those hards. And it's the hard tires is the reason. Leclerc won't be able to hold on to third place. And it'll be the reason that Hamilton wasn't able to challenge Norris either. Those damn hard tires.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, Max is lap 28. So he's got 16 left on the medium. Yes or no? Is everybody going to pit again?
I do not believe so. I think they're gonna get it out because no one's close enough to another person. I don't think anybody thinks they can make up time on anyone else either.
Did Sainz get a penalty also? He got a red box with an exclamation point next to Sainz.
He must then. Yeah, he must have a penalty. Probably for pushing the cars. He's been pretty aggressive the whole race.
Antonelli another lap time deleted. He must be cutting corners again. He did that at the beginning of the race. Even George Henry.
All right, looks like Norris coming up real close on Leclerc now.
Sometimes you have no choice to reach speed limits. We have an issue affecting the DRS. It's a timing issue only. Let me give you a default override. What? This is give it to me down the back straight.
So it's looking like Norris is going to push for the McLaren 1-2 here. He'll be able to get past Leclerc just purely because of the compound. And then Russell will be on softs that are how old? There's 12 more laps to go.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was getting at. How long's Max been out on medium? How long has Russell been out on the soft?
What you were saying, yeah, I was thinking about it more in the context of the entire race, but specifically for Russell, I think he has to, right? Oh, Jesus.
The side cut got a big hole in it.
Will he have to retire that, maybe?
Looks like Max's car that one time him and Russell came to cut cylinder to turn what at
He'd be losing.
7
He's going to have to retire. Look, he's all the way down in 20th. They're going to retire that car. Yes.
Yeah, Sainz got a penalty anyway.
But that'll be the first retirement, and not every car will finish. They'll retire that car. I think so. He's in 20th position right now. He must have gotten into the garage and gotten out. I don't think they're going to send him out there after being in last place. All right.
Up and went wide trying to get Leclerc down into one.
That was a weak move. See, this is the thing. This is the difference between him and Max. There's so many mistakes Norris has been making now that he's at the top team. He's the number one driver to a degree. All these little mistakes throughout the race already.
They said they should investigate Yuki because what he did to me was too stupid. I should have turned left. That's just what Carlos trying to say on his
I'd
side.
like to see how far away he is from Ocon and Max, because Sonoda's in ninth right now.
Look at he locks up his right front, goes wide, and
He's not ready to be a world champion. I think Piastri's the favorite to win the world championship now. He doesn't make as many mistakes.
no, he doesn't get rattled at teams.
Box to retire car signs. Yep, I think that was an old message.
Puts his head down and gets on with it. Dangerous stuff. Look at that side pod. Ooh, see the radiator there?
Yeah.
Could have easily destroyed the radiator and overheat. Look at the other. Shoot. No, he didn't rip out the car. I was looking at the other side of the car. See so many little bits of carbon fiber things that little edges and gates and rails to channel the air. There's a little McLaren fan.
And he's happy. His McLarens are doing so well.
Yeah, but his driver's
He'll
second
switch.
place.
We're gonna switch to Piastri. He looks like Piastri. You and Piastri look a little bit alike.
Got the same haircut.
Yep. Got a lot of red hair back here.
Oh. All right, Piastri's fastest lap. 10 laps to go. 47 and 55. How's George Russell doing?
Where are they not? They're not putting up times or anything. I want to see the distance between these drivers.
You know they're ninth, Bierman in 10th. Ocon in 8th. I didn't figure him in.
Is he on hards, the Ocon, or I think he's on softs. I think Ocon's on softs.
You got to see the difference here. The time difference between them. They're not showing every driver, obviously.
Bye bye, public.
Antonelli's chasing Bierman. Okay, so there's George Russell. Then Leclerc. Now Norris is right up. Then Leclerc.
Yes. He's got a lot of time to work. We got 9 laps. That's a lot of time to work with these guys.
Like you said, he's got the right tire.
Verstappen passed Ocon. Did he finally get it? Was he behind? Was he in front of Ocon or no? Yeah, he was in front of Ocon. 10 laps to go. Piastri's water drink isn't working in his car.
Oh please.
It's not bad, yeah.
You think they had that back in the day? No. Joe stopped for an espresso or something.
Yeah.
Still win the race.
Yeah, Norris gonna have to do something here. I'd like to. They're not giving you much of an update of tires, lap time, distance. What are how old is everyone's tires?
Yeah, they're not providing much information here. The speed from F1. Vote overtake award. Who would you vote on an overtake? I would maybe Tsunoda on science at one time. That was a pretty good move. Not knowing when they came together either. the one after Hamilton got him, then Tsunoda got him. Here we go, Norris. Leclerc leads him, then moves over.
Ah.
Does his one move. No over.
Nope, nope. Doesn't get it.
But you know it's just a matter of time.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this.
Ooh, 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 oh! They pushed him off track.
That was his own fault going wide like that. He's over driving.
But Leclerc's on hard tires. This is
I know, but Norris is over driving.
yeah.
Move and you get him.
You should get him on the straight easily.
Stay with him, and if you stay with him, like I said, on the next straight, you will get him.
Got DRS right here.
Driver
The question here is once he gets rid of Leclerc, which is still up to see how long that'll take. Russell's there on softs, not that far ahead, I don't think. I'm thinking this is gonna be a home Grand Prix 1-2 for McLaren. But unless Leclerc's got to hold him off for a couple more laps, if George can finish on a soft here.
he didn't push him off. He knew where his car was going. He doesn't have to leave his car with him.
Look on the straight here. He's not gonna get him.
He didn't get him.
Nope. Claire must be picking his points here where he can get some time on him and create some separation.
He can only do that so much, Leclerc.
Yeah.
Because
Well, can I see? I want to see how far up the road Russell is. He's not that far up the road. You can see him.
who would have thought Gasly would have stuck him in? He started fifth and he's stuck sixth.
What's Russell got? There's a chance we lose the dash. Just keep driving as normal if that happens. The dash.
As long as the steering wheel doesn't fall off, I think he'll be all right. Fernando Alonso's steering wheel fell off in free practice too, believe it or not. And then one of the mirrors in Leclerc's Ferrari fell off in free practice three. So it's crazy some of the stuff that did happen earlier. What was that incident they noticed?
Something with Lawson. It's meaningless at this point. You know, Leclerc is really holding him off well, and Russell needs him to be held off for at least 2 or 3 more laps. He's got to keep going.
Yeah,
Medium.
go front straight.
Yep. I don't know.
You have to leave.
He's just not getting up to him.
I don't understand it.
This will be very embarrassing if he can't get past him by the end of the race.
Leclerc's fastest in 3 of the 4 sectors.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, the Ferrari went into. That wasn't a good.
That'll create.
Got some dirt on them tires. Now he made a mistake.
Yep. And there's the Leclerc we know and love. That's the guy we always thought about. Yep.
That's the mistake that Norris was looking for.
And he'll pounce on that. And Leclerc will be fucking over Russell. His ability to maintain second position here.
Close.
He should be able to get him on the straight now.
They must have some issue with the timing and everything.
Yeah, they won't put up anything.
They haven't put up after that Russell thing. Placing him dead last when he's running second.
Second, yep.
There's a nice overhead to show you the. Look, here's the front straight again, Norris. Go, go, go. Here's a
Blanking. What's going on? Blue default 10.
Having problem. Oh, look at this. Can you
No.
believe this? Leclerc's been able to keep him, and Russell's right in front of them.
I think Norris will get him right here. He puts on.
No, he's gonna have to go wide. Oh boy, Leclerc. Did you see how that car went up?
Yep. And he'll go eat up Russell now, I think, too. All right, we got some times back. Russ?
He is having a problem with it, with his controls on his CRS.
Great.
CRS infringement can be 10 seconds.
Yeah, I know. All but hand them a 1-2. That'll hand him it. They'll give him a penalty for that. Unless Norris just passes him, which he will.
He's hanging on with those soft and looks like
Why does it still have Norris behind Leclerc on this thing? This thing is still wrong. Verstappen seems to be hunting down Gasly here.
1 second.
The old teammates.
There we go. Not close enough.
There he goes. Come on. Come on.
So he reported that he was having a problem.
Yeah.
And they said, well, handle it on the back.
Look at this. Investigation after race. Now, why'd you do it now?
Because they probably have to see data from the team.
Black and white flag for car Norris track limits. Lawson 13th.
Norris, another track infringement, you said?
Yep, black and white flag.
If they're going to give him a penalty, DRS is going to be a 10-second penalty.
Yeah, unless.
They're telling him that they're going to investigate something.
Yeah, but it will look weak if he can't pass him, honestly.
Boy, Antonelli's right up Ehrman. Tsunoda's right up Ocon. Verstappen's right up Gasly. Hamilton's way off.
Way off. Antonelli needs that point position from Behrman. But that would be huge for Behrman if he can hold on to that. Because him and Ocon in an 8th. That's some major points for Haas. Yeah, I know. That would be incredible if he can finish in the points.
He might get it. Russell, might, I don't know. Because of the problem, let's see. 10-second time penalty.
For Lawson. Okay. I thought that was for Russell at first.
Lawson's in 13th place. So
Yeah, he's done nothing but screw things up all race. This won't gain him any favors. How many incidences he had this race?
yeah, here again, making too many mistakes. If he didn't make so many mistakes and he came home 13th, they would be happy.
Yeah.
Making progress, but he's making too many mistakes. Then they're saying, well, it's a good thing we put Yuki in other cars. Because look at, he's 9th place. Yeah, 2 laps to go. Black and white flag for car 22. Yuki Tsunoda track limit. That's just a warning, though.
Look at the Norris on Russell though right now. He's so close. He's so close.
George sometimes is not an easy person to
No,
pass,
he's not, and he's not going to make it easy for him. He'll be harder to pass than Leclerc for sure.
especially with 2 laps to go.
He's got soft tires. On, I wish they had the laps up here for both of the sets of tires. Verstappen on Gasly there, seeing that thing. Oh, getting close.
Is he going to get the DRS penalty?
Might be a moral victory at this point. Might come down to that, just a moral victory.
Let's see here. 2 laps to go with this.
We're going to come up on lap 56 and then 57. Russell, go ahead. You could say a lot of different things. I don't know who you. Yeah, but maybe Behrman 20th to 10th would be the most impressive.
You know they started 10. He's in 9. Where'd Oakland start? He started 14th.
Russell knows just where to put that car when Lando gets DRS.
I know.
He'll know just where.
He's a very intelligent driver.
He's probably one of the best drivers on the circuit. I have him and Max up in the top 2 positions. In terms of if everyone was in equal machinery.
We're talking about a McLaren 1-2 at their home track.
It's kind of meaningless if it's a 1-2 later on, though, if they don't get that image of them first and second and all that. Because that's what they. Formula One is so much about optics, and all the owners will be there. They'll want to see, oh, we have the first and the second driver. Orange, orange. It'll. Exactly. At our home Grand Prix. So this is big right here. They don't want a Mercedes cut in between the two of them.
Black and white flag for tire number 1.
Verstappen, because he's doing everything in his power to get past Gasly. Behrman's holding on to that position half a second. Antonelli's behind him. Okay, Russell, down the straight here. You gotta hold it. Gotta hold it.
And the Norris has made that mistake into 1.
Whoa!
Yep. Norris always loses out.
Russell just came across. You see that? Did they bump tires there? Russell's gonna do. Oh, this is getting good. This is the.
I don't know what it is about Norris.
Maybe it's not his passing ability. He's just good. He's just fast in general, but he's got to do a lot of work in the head-to-head racing here. All right, there's.
I just hope if Russell holds on to it that they don't slap up on it. But look at how close they are here.
Holy shit! He's. It's this zone, and I think there's one more zone after this. No, this is it. This is the last lap they're on.
Holding it off pretty good. This is good that it's this close at the end. I mean, granted, Piastri's 14 seconds up the road.
He'll have one more. This will be the last attempt, I think.
Piastri's got it.
He's got it.
It's going to shift where Piastri's going to be leading the championship.
All right.
Russell's got it. Look at that.
Comes home. Held him off.
I hope they don't. I hope they don't give him a penalty. It sounded like there was some mechanical.
That I feel like they can plead that, right? That it's it was maybe it opened by accident and it's not a big.
Oh, Verstappen got past Gasly.
I didn't see that. I know I see it now on the thing, but where is it? I want to see the replay of that.
They just showed the. It would have been nice if they showed it. Oh, look at the Money Zimmer one, waving the checker flag. We should have taught him how to wave the flag. Tsunoda ninth, Behrman 10th. Wow, are all these in now? Ocon 8th. I wish. I had Tsunoda finishing up.
Chris Medlin says here. Norris is told he can only use DRS on Russell when McLaren is 100% sure he's within a second. It sounds like the Mercedes issue is also affecting the car behind, so this might be an issue that more than one driver was having. Hopefully, there'll be no penalty.
Fastest lap of the race, Piastri.
So I would say Behrman, driver of the day, right? 20th to.
I would, or you could say Russell being able to hang on to that second place, but then again he started in third place. But and Gasly, well, he started fifth, seventh,
They're saying driver of the day is Lewis Hamilton?
ninth to fifth is
Uh,
that's 29% of the vote. Who else got it? Uh, Nobody gives these rookies any due.
I would give it to Behrman starting dead last in a Haas.
Last in the Haas and finished.
And you held off a Mercedes at the end of it.
So points for Haas, both drivers score.
Yeah, Haas is in sixth for the championship right now. They're actually behind Williams. Did Williams finish in the top 10? I think they'll go past Williams for the top five teams here. The Haas.
Yeah, Ocon finished eighth, and then
Alpine started this race with 0 points in the constructors championship.
yep, Ben Salam there, congratulating Jack Brown here.
I hope, like you said, I hope Russell holds on to that. Like we said at the beginning, a victory from start to finish. Piastri just not, no one even competed with him a little bit. That was his entire weekend. This was his, and I think we got a legitimate contender for the world championship now. That's not named Lando Norris in the same team. This should be an interesting season going forward.
Yeah, there's a lot of races, but man, if you look at after that, and now he's leading.
Well, there's no chance at anyone challenging for the constructors at this point.
Where's Doohan lined up? He was in the points there for a while. Ferrari's fourth and fifth. Reminds you of last year.
Yep. Well, that's the second of the triple header.
Well, McLaren won their home race.
Yep.
There you go. So Piastri's happy.
So that's that. Everyone, thanks for tuning in for the
Any
race.
more comments? Not many comments.
Nah, not many. We got a lot of views though this race, and that always happens with these Arab races for some reason.
Well,
I've got
we
in
appreciate
it,
those people.
the entirety of people streaming in from 3 platforms. We had 1,013 viewers
Huh.
across 3 different accounts here.
Are we off now?
No, I'm just saying that. Let everybody know. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I'm going to say. Thank people for tuning in.
All right.
And let's see, our next race. Let's see, go to the schedule. Saudi Arabia next weekend.
Yes.